Oda reveals the sun god before Joy Boy. The elbaf arc of One Piece is well and truly underway, and fans absolutely can't wait to see what happens next in this amazing story that has already set the world alight. Elbaf has enjoyed a very solid start, and it is safe to say that it's gone beyond all fan expectations. Fans knew that this arc of the story would be absolutely massive, not just for the exciting combat and other conflicts that might emerge, but also for the lore. After all, Elbaf was revealed to be connected to the sun god long ago, and finally, now, the story is giving the fans more lore about this legendary place. One Piece Chapter 1136 was absolutely massive in that regard, and Oda has actually gone on to reveal more information about the existence of the sun god before even Joy Boy, which should have the attention of all the fans of One Piece. The sun god Nika, who destroyed the world. Before Elbaf, the first time that fans heard about the sun god Nika was through Who's Who in the Wano Country arc. Who's Who mentioned that when he was imprisoned, he was mockingly told to pray to the sun god, so he did. The sun god was a legend among the slaves whom they prayed to for their liberation. It is believed that in times of need, the sun god always shows up and frees the people from their misery. As the story continued in the Egghead, fans got more lore surrounding Nika. It was made clear that the tales of the original Nika actually stemmed from Elbaf. Then, at some point during a bygone era, an individual named Joy Boy presented himself, and he was the first pirate in history. The tale of Joy Boy has been elaborated upon greatly since he was first mentioned in the story, and right now, what fans know is that Joy Boy fought against 20 kings long ago in the past in a massive war that ended up marking the end of the entire world, in a sense. This war was absolutely massive, and it engulfed the whole world, leading to its sinking by over 200 meters. Joy Boy and his people are the ones responsible for the creation of the ancient weapons, and as such, the weapons that caused the world to sink are largely connected to them, and they shoulder a certain degree of the blame too. What's even crazier is the fact that Joy Boy wanted the weapons to be passed down to the next generation for unknown reasons, but now, it has been clear in the story that the weapons have a certain way to be utilized properly. Regardless, it is clear why one might mistake Joy Boy as the destroyer of the world. In Elbaf, the idea of the sun god Nika being a destroyer was taken to another level entirely. This is because the giants openly believe that the sun god can potentially destroy the whole world, and Loki himself believes that he is the sun god. Loki also believes that he'll use his pain to fuel his rage and then take it out on the entire world. This idea of the sun god being a destroyer comes from the ancient texts in the land of Elbaf, which cannot be translated clearly. It is believed to be a whole new language entirely, and it is likely that even Robin cannot decipher it. Nonetheless, whatever translations that exist currently openly state that Nika is a destroyer or a liberator, but is one that always comes before the world undergoes a massive change. Who did the first Nika fight? Before the Elbaf arc of One Piece, fans knew that the world had essentially been destroyed once long ago. This destruction was hinted at long ago and was revealed in great detail by none other than Vegapunk in the Egghead arc. The world was sunk by the usage of the ancient weapons. According to Vegapunk, the world sank by 200 meters and was, in a way, destroyed. The Elbaf texts back this up by suggesting that the world was destroyed once and that Nika was present around the time. However, the Elbaf arc introduced fans to even bigger mysteries, suggesting that the world of One Piece has been destroyed twice before already. The first destruction happened long before the Void Century, and currently, it is unknown why this destruction came about in the first place. It makes sense for the world of One Piece to have sunk 800 years ago. After all, a massive war was being fought against the ancient kingdom by the 20 kings, and ancient weapons were misused by the latter side. However, it is unclear what the reason for the first destruction of the world was. Back then, the ancient weapons didn't exist, and at the same time, Amu and the world government were also non-existent. As such, the first Nika, who was a giant from the land of Elbaf, must have faced a completely different threat whose strength was on a completely different level altogether. Given that Nika himself is considered to be a mythical being in the One Piece world, this enemy could also be one from the myths. Will Oda reveal the secrets of the first sun god? Oda just flipped the script completely by giving fans a bunch of exciting information about the first sun god. It is clear that a war of a similar scale to the one of the Void Century was once fought long before, and that this war has absolutely no information present at the moment. It is unknown who this war was fought against, and it is also unknown why it was fought in the first place. Oda isn't expanded upon his world even more than before, and now, fans want to know the answer to this mystery, which, in many ways, is even bigger than the Void Century itself. Perhaps, all these questions are going to be answered later down the line, but Oda definitely didn't imply anything about Roger finding out about the first destruct of the world when he reached Laugh Tale. Perhaps, this is going to be something extra that Luffy will find out, Or maybe Oda just for more creative than ever before and set up an even bigger war to show in a flashback in the future.